What's up, guys? It's your boy Nick Hill.
And your boy King KG, and we're out here with another episode
We're
of
in
Tarnation,
Tarnation.
brother.
That took a little bit long. Let's try that again. We're out here with another episode of
Tarnation.
That's been where we speak about absolute bums and bullshit all the way through.
That's right.
Constantly, on a constant basis, we try to educate you on the primes, the fundamentals of what it is like to speak absolute bullshit.
Speaking about education, I think someone taught us something this weekend. I mean,
bro,
No Way Home.
Don't even get me
No Way
started
Home.
on the cinematic genius that is No Way Spider-Man No Way. What?
First of all, I think we need to give a round of applause to Tom Holland.
Honestly, well done, Tom
That
Holland.
boy, he's like 2
well
years
done,
older than me,
well done,
but
well
that boy earned my respect.
I'm not even gonna lie to you. I thought he was the worst Spider-Man there ever was, but after No Way Home,
They listened to all our complaints.
I think
They people
they,
just being
legit.
Because I rewatched Far From Home.
Yeah.
And that was bullshit.
Thing is,
That was like more bullshit, more like certified bullshit than the show. It was like.
Thing is, with Far From Home, it was more Tony Stark based.
And Tony Stark was dead.
And Tony Stark was dead. That's
this
the thing.
time they took away that.
And they
let him have it on, like, take responsibility. They let him have it. He had no support, no nothing.
Exactly.
He was left to his
it
own
was him.
devices,
It was
except
him.
for then comes Andrew and Toby.
The cinema when Andrew came out of that
Bruh.
portal was absolutely insane. To be honest, like I realized, No Way Home made me realize that between the three, I was a major Toby fan. I'm not even gonna lie to you guys. I've been a Toby fan since day one. Since even when the Amazing Spider-Man came out, I've been a Toby fan. But if you put all three of them together in one movie, we have to say Andrew Garfield absolutely stole the show. Come on.
Andrew Garfield, yes, I agree.
Come on.
Andrew Garfield's the most charismatic. He's the most, I think, actor out of all of them.
Yeah.
But not to take anything away from Tobey Maguire, like he broke his back on the set of Secretariat.
Yeah,
the fourth
okay,
movie.
makes
Like
makes
he's
sense,
a
makes
proper actor. Like he's been doing it.
sense. But
Tom Holland, like he's experimented with shit. Like he like acting like the devil all the time or something.
Apparently
he's never
he's-
gonna do a movie like that again.
apparently it's Nathan Drake in this new Uncharted movie, so that's gonna be pretty interesting too. I'm a big, well, some of the things you guys might not know about is like we're one of like really big gamers, so like we do like playing video games and stuff like that. So the fact that we're going to see Tom Holland portray a younger version, or maybe even I think it's the
It
younger
has to be a
version.
younger version.
It has to be the younger version of Nathan Drake. Is
I
actually
hope it
gonna
just
be
started
pretty-
taking like 3 movies to finally become
Nathan Drake again.
How it
You
took him
like
3
movies to become Spider-Man. That would really
Like-
be a disappointment. I won't lie to you, fam.
Like,
That would absolutely
I heard
be a
somewhere that they
disappointment.
said that people complain that in the MCU, Spider-Man never really got a origin story, but
What
these
do you
3
mean, origin
movies,
story?
like how they show like Peter Parker, like Tobey Maguire getting bit by the spider, Uncle Ben dying,
Oh
and all
yeah.
that. He never had a proper origin story,
Yeah.
but the MCU, the Homecoming trilogy, has been that origin story.
But-
it's a 3 parts, like in James Bond, like when they rebooted James Bond with Daniel Craig, Casino Royale, like at the end, he wasn't like really James Bond 007 the whole movie, and at the
Yeah.
end he became. And at the end of this movie, the 3rd movie, the 6th, 9th movie that he acted in, Tom Holland, I don't know how many movies he acted. He acted in the most, like he had the most screen
Like
time,
yeah.
and it took him the longest to get where he needs to be as Spider-Man.
Mm-hmm.
But at the end, when he jumped out of that window, it reminded me of the games.
Yeah, like
And the old movie, like the old movies and the games at the same time.
Yeah.
That suit, that's like silk suit, like bruh. At the end of the movie, like no
Yeah,
technology,
no nothing. He's starting
the
from
cloud
scratch.
suit,
Like he's
bruh.
starting from
He
scratch.
became Spider-Man. Then.
Exactly.
He
That's the
finally
moment.
learned that
That's
with great
the moment.
power
Comes great
responsibility.
responsibility. You need to, when editing this, please put a little clip of the great power comes great responsibility. 'Cause
Yeah.
that
You know, with editing, I'm something of a scientist myself.
The way they incorporated the memes inside
Yeah.
of that movie was absolutely phenomenal. Like even when the listeners like to What's this guy again? Lightning guy, man, Jamie.
Oh, Jamie Foxx.
Jamie Foxx,
With
like
Electro.
Electro. He was like, the last time I saw you, you were expecting a bad comb over and stuff.
Yeah.
I lost it in the cinema because, like, the way they even. The only thing I was really disappointed in is that they didn't do the meme. The meme where all of
They
them
actually kind of did.
They
When Ned was like Peter Parker, then they're like, which one? And then they like weren't in their suits. It wasn't that. I think they're gonna do that in Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse, where they have that 2029
Spider-Man. More iconic.
But they did like they started pointing to each other, so that was kind of a reference to that.
Kind of, but then like it would have been more iconic if you would have Tobey Maguire, Andrew Garfield, and Tom Holland pointing at each other at some point in the movie. I mean, come on, you guys let me know. I feel like it would have been more iconic if Toby's pointing at Tom, Tom is pointing at Andrew, and then it's just all of the type of vibe. It would have been like really like over the blew the house down inside of the cinema.
And we cannot forget about William Dafoe. His
performance
Green Goblin has always been my favorite Spider-Man villain. Like I might be a bit biased because like that was like the movie that got me into cinema, the first Spider-Man. But there's nothing better than a Goblin fight.
Honestly, because like it's the technique, like the combinations. It's like you're literally playing a video. Did you see that fight scene, dude? The end one, and the one in like Dude, those combinations he was hitting left, right, and center. It was like someone was legit playing a video game.
Fun fact. William Dafoe said he's only going to do the movie if they allowed him to do his own stunts.
Really?
And the man's like 66 years old.
Are you being legit right now?
Yeah, because he said like in order to get the feeling of it, you have to do that
by yourself.
Yeah, like for that, because like he did like training.
Freaking cool! I didn't know that.
He's like, nah, he has to do it.
Trying to pull some Jackie Chan stuff. Okay, William, we see you.
Another fact about him: did you know that he portrayed Jesus Christ?
When was this?
It was in a Martin Scorsese movie. It was The Last Temptation of Christ.
You're lying.
No lies, bro.
I need to check that out. I cannot see William before Jesus Christ.
Bruh,
there are a lot of other the people I can see, like Jared Leto. I can see Jared Leto playing a Jesus Christ type of.
He really looks like.
Yeah, so it's like what they portrayed Jesus Christ.
Christian Bale also acted as Jesus.
Okay, that I can see. I can see Christian Bale acting as Jesus.
Yeah, he was also Moses later on.
Well, then that's kind of like contradicting. What? Okay. Okay.
Then like the Jesus movie he acted in was like an old low budget kind of movie, and then Exodus was a big budget.
Like the big budget. That's where he was like Moses.
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool. I didn't know that. There's some actors I can't see being biblical characters, but Christian Bale I can see being Jesus.
Yeah.
But Moses, kind of. I think I'm gonna have to check those out honestly to see if like they really make sense.
What's the
actually
Last Temptation of Christ, the William Dafoe one?
William Dafoe one.
Because Martin Scorsese.
I still can't see William Dafoe being. I don't know. I really don't know. William Dafoe.
Yeah.
Like
it's like
that
a different take. It's like
that guy. Yeah. I'm used to him acting evil. Like
he's so evil. Man.
So him being one of the pure.
He could act as a devil. Like
100%, I can see you. That laugh though. That could definitely be like Satan.
Let me do it.
What? No way, like honestly, I can't see I can't see him being Jesus because there's one line in Spider-Man that really got me.
The one with like his transition.
No. The first one, the one with Tobey Maguire. He was like, what you call it now? In spite of everything they've done for them, eventually they will hate you. Yeah. Why bother? That made me think about life from a whole other perspective. I'm like, this Jen actually has a point. You can do.
I think Jamie Foxx is jealous of that character.
How so?
Like in interviews, you're saying that like, out of all, like the thing that makes the Green Goblin interesting is he has a motive. He has a real goal that he wants to.
Makes sense.
Like he Electro, bro. Like I don't know what was it. Electro, like he never knew who Spider-Man was, and then he was brought into this universe.
Electro.
He never really found out his identity. So like everyone who knew who Spider-Man was, Peter Parker was Spider-Man, came to that universe. Yeah. And like he didn't know in the old movie.
I think like they just wanted to balance things out in that thing because Toby had to. Toby.
Are you saying that?
No. Well, he did mention something about Miles Morales in the movie, but I feel like to balance everything out because what you call it now, Tom. Okay, Tom didn't have any villains in that movie, which was surprising.
Which
he didn't have any villains. So I think they wanted to balance it out with Toby, because Toby had Doc Ock and Green
He had the
Goblin.
best villains, Toby.
Yeah, honestly, like that's no debate. So like Toby had Doc Ock and Green Goblin, and then they wanted to balance out with Andrew having. Wait, but Toby had 3 villains.
Yeah, but they didn't have Venom in it. They had the other.
They had Venom in the end. They had Venom in the end.
I think that because like have you watched Venom? The movie?
I still haven't watched.
Okay,
Venom.
so the end credit, he's like, I can like connect to the multiverse, like my mind and shit. So like he tapped in, like this was probably like the first time he's tapping into the multiverse.
Alright.
The symbiote.
Alright.
So so he's connected, like he can read all those thoughts, right?
Mm-hmm.
So the other Topher Grace Venom from Spider-Man 3, he knew who Peter Parker was.
Yeah.
And that's why he was probably brought into this universe, because the symbiote knew who he was in that universe.
So wait, the other Venom, the Venom from Spider-Man 3, Tobey's Spider-Man 3, was in Far From Home?
No. Well, the symbiote, like...
I know the symbiote, like the...
Yeah, he wasn't there.
Okay, because I went like, I missed like 2 minutes of the movie in the beginning because, you know, you're watching this, it's all your fault. They know who they are, right? It's all your fault. Well, it's all your fault. It's all your fault. I missed like 2 minutes of the movie because I was in line getting snacks. And we had to
I almost, like, one of my homies, he was supposed to get... Oh yeah, we are late to get snacks.
Yeah.
So I went in, I thought he got lost somewhere.
Yeah.
So I went in, put my bag, greeted my other mates who were there.
Alright.
And I was gonna be like, okay, let me go get him. So I was like almost out there, I was walking out of the cinema.
Yeah.
Not actually like out of the row, because like the last row.
Mm-hmm.
So I was walking out, and then the IMAX lights go off, and then I'm like, shit. I even told the guy who walked past, like, nah man, I can't miss this.
Yeah.
And I ran back and I sat down.
I would have done the same, honestly, because like it hurts me still today that I missed the first like few minutes of the movie. Like I'm even crying. Like it's hard, man. It really is hard.
I mean, with great power comes great responsibility. But my responsibility was to sit my ass down and watch that movie.
The beginning of that movie. I can't take it. The only time I'm going to redeem myself is when I actually get to the beginning. Because, yes, I am going to watch it again and again and again just to see Todd. Dude, I've missed Toby. And again. Because Toby, man, I miss Toby. Yeah. I really miss Toby. Like I almost did a backflip in the cinema when Toby came out of that door. I am not lying to you. I almost like they weren't there to see you grow with Toby from 2002 to 2007. So I don't think these Tom Holland fans really understand the magnitude of Toby stepping out of that portal for us, like younger versions or younger fans of Spider-Man. Well, older fans of you're right. Fuck. Older fans of Spider-Man. You understand what I'm saying? Because like the feeling and the impact, even though he was dressed like a young youth pastor, yes, that's true. Like the magnitude of the impact of him just like showing up in that movie alone. It could have only been a 2-second cameo where he did, and it would have still did the absolute most because of he was the seed to all of this. Mm-hmm. If you think about it,
he was the seed to hold the whole like that X-Men and that original Spider-Man.
Yeah.
If you want for those two, maybe you could consider Blade, but that was like before my time.
Yeah.
But if it wasn't for those two movies,
Blade with Wesley Snipes. Right?
Yeah. Okay. If it wasn't for those two movies, they wouldn't be this.
Yes, this big thing. It wouldn't. Honestly.
So in that regard, like in that respect, like you could consider this movie bigger than Endgame.
It is. Because it's 100%. I'm not even gonna argue with that.
It is, but it's not.
How so?
Like Endgame was the Endgame, the culmination of that. It's like the whole like. But like this is like different friends. Like this like in cinema, like it has never happened before.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, like you've never seen all 3 Batmans in the same
movie. So
movie. Like maybe that's why.
For me, it is the best Marvel movie there is in every aspect.
Don't get too.
No, I'm saying it's the best Marvel movie there is in all aspects.
First of all, you haven't even seen any of. all of the Marvel movies.
I have seen most of them.
Not that I'm saying those ones are the best.
Seen most of them. I've seen the ones that have been regarded as the best.
Wait, are you talking about Marvel or MCU?
I'm talking about the Marvel movies, Marvel Studios.
All of them.
Like not from all of them. Not from like the Hulk that was the other Hulk, and then it changed into the 2008 Hulk, and then changed into all of this. I'm not saying that. I'm saying about Marvel Cinematic Universe. The cinematic universe. Okay. It's been the best. Like I'm not even gonna lie to you. I still need to watch WandaVision. I am so behind in the series.
What about Loki?
Loki, I watched 2 episodes and then I got too busy.
Oh, try to binge watch it when you're not too busy.
Apparently, I heard it's amazing. Yeah. I heard that people are really going off of it, the memes and everything like that.
Yeah, that's crazy. Like that show opened up for this.
Dead ass.
Yeah, like with the multiverse and shit, like that. Like
wasn't it WandaVision? I heard it was WandaVision that opened up the multiverse because apparently.
No, she never.
Because spoiler, another spoiler. Why does Doctor Strange go to Wanda at the end of the movie?
That was a trailer.
Yes, it's a trailer for Doctor Strange.
You know who's directing that movie?
Who's directing that movie?
Sam Raimi.
The original director of Spider-Man. He should have directed Spider-Man. Honestly,
I really thought, and like some of the scenes, like the camera work with the spider sense.
Yeah.
In the old movies, or the other two, they never show you spider sense. But that zoom, you know that like.
Yeah. That like that kind of focus.
Yeah.
That focus shot type thing. Yeah.
And the music. That long spider sense.
Yeah.
That was like. Also the other one, like when he's sitting down there with the like he's writing or something, like that gave me a Sam Raimi kind of vibe.
I feel you.
So I really thought he was involved in this movie.
I
thought he was at least a producer. I thought he was a director, but he's directing that. The same guy who directed the other 3, he directed this one. The other 2 Spider-Man.
Which one?
Homecoming and Far From Home.
Oh yeah.
I think his name is John Watts. But like he was inspired by the 80s, like those rom-coms, those like Ferris Bueller's Day Off, Breakfast, Pretty in Pink, St. Elmo's Fire. It was like all those, one director made all those movies.
But he did try to have a sound. He did try to have a sound.
This one, like he knew, like he had to redeem himself.
Yeah,
100%. This movie was the best out of that trilogy, no cap.
Yeah.
Like, and he had to do this. Like he had to, like otherwise. People stopped liking Spider-Man, bro.
Like, it was the way it was portrayed in Far From Home.
He made Spider-Man that bad, like you know.
Like it was the way it was portrayed
because they didn't give him accountability. They didn't make him accountable for anything. Like he had none of that. And this movie, someone finally had to tell him with great power comes
great responsibility.
And that's the thing that made like May's death.
Yeah, May's death made Spider-Man.
Yeah. I don't know what happened. Where's Uncle Ben? Like, did he exist? Yeah.
I don't think there was. Was there an Uncle Ben in Tom's universe?
Well, he might not be an off-screen Uncle Ben.
Most probably.
He was probably an off-screen Uncle Ben, but he didn't he wasn't that role model figure that he was in the old movies. So May had to say this to him.
And it's funny how even the things that made Andrew and Toby's Spider-Man was Uncle Ben's death.
Yeah.
It's like really like kind of weird that
it's always
May. That's
the ultimate superhero origin story.
Yeah, you have to have.
You can't be a superhero unless
loss,
one of your parents die or a close relative of yours
dies. Someone has to die in jail. That's why I'd rather be a supervillain. I'm sorry.
Like I was just thinking, like what you're saying with the Green Goblin thing, like a supervillain. Like, what if you just want to be there, do your thing, and everyone else is against you? Like
then like okay, in some type of
like
way,
you want to use your superpowers to benefit yourself. Right?
Not
like you don't try to like hate or kill people. And stuff, you just do your thing, and then everyone else gets
in society. Society's point of view is like,
and they have superpowers and shit, and people love them, and now you're the one who's like, oh shit, I'm just the villain now. Like,
because I'm doing shit for myself. Like you're making me the villain because I'm making. Why?
Now I have to become Thanos and wipe half of you out.
Go hunting for stones across the galaxy, man. Damn, you're the stones, bro. I can't. That's why I feel like I still feel like, for me, this one, Far From Home, top notch. I'm sorry. Thanos couldn't touch that Spider-Man movie. I'm sorry. You can't. You can't. But that's my opinion. I don't know. You guys can tell me. You guys can like write me off. You can cancel me. For me personally,
it was a solid movie. It did its job. Like the movie did its job.
Yeah.
It could have been bad. Like they could have just like tried to fit everything in just to appeal to everyone and made a crap movie.
The only way I can think of it being
work.
bad.
I don't like this. Like it was like that. How what Doctor Strange said in Infinity War. Out of all the possibilities, there's like maybe the only one, or maybe like it's like the only way that this movie could have worked. Was doing it this way.
Thing is, it would have been the greatest upset if Andrew and Toby didn't pull through.
People like I don't think they were allowed to.
That would have been the greatest upset.
Did you miss Daredevil? Oh, you never watched.
I never watched the series. I watched the Ben Affleck version of Daredevil. Apparently, it was horrible. Happy was also a friend. That's why I thought eventually Ben Affleck was gonna come to the MCU and then pull Ryan Reynolds and be both in DC and MCU.
Nah, you got Ryan Reynolds, bro. Like you can't be Batman
and then Daredevil as well. Because Ryan Reynolds is
Ryan Reynolds can be Green Man. Like he's Deadpool already. Deadpool breaks all fourth walls.
Yeah, which is amazing for a superhero to do, especially in the MCU.
Like Deadpool could pull up.
In what?
In Marvel, MCU, anytime. Like
but
no one would think of it.
Would it benefit
even though the rights and shit?
Would it benefit the story? I agree it would add a comic aspect to a story if you pull through anyway, but would it benefit the story?
If they watch him down, then no. They make him PG-13. Deadpool has to be R-rated. They even tried to make they did make a PG-13 Christmas Daredevil movie. It was like Daredevil 2. Then they released a PG-13 version.
Did they?
Yeah, which was just like I didn't watch
Deadpool 2. Honestly,
like, Deadpool 1 was really good. Deadpool
what
2,
was wrong with Deadpool 2? Because I felt like it was mediocre.
Yeah, it was mediocre. Like Deadpool 1 was good.
Yeah, Deadpool 1 was like the jokes were on point. The breaking the fourth walls. Yeah, Deadpool 2. Not to think of it.
Deadpool switched the superhero genre up.
Because the same person who acted as the general or the soldier guy in Deadpool 2 acted as Thanos, right?
Yeah.
Because like I could see the resemblance.
Because Fox had the rights to Deadpool at that time.
Oh, makes sense.
Marvel bought Fox. So
Marvel bought Fox?
That means they
didn't Disney buy Marvel?
Yeah. That's so
Disney
owns everything. Yeah. So Fox had the rights to Daredevil, the X-Men, Fantastic Four. I think Ghost Rider.
Okay.
All of those.
The Ghost Rider with Nicolas Cage.
I think he was Fox. Nicolas Cage.
The Nicolas Cage.
But then because in the 90s Marvel comics were going broke.
So
they started selling their popular characters off movie rights. That's why Spider-Man went to Sony.
Makes sense.
And then Fox got Fantastic Four, X-Men, and all of that. That's why you couldn't see Wolverine in the MCU because of those rights.
Oh shit! So that's why they even had to make an origin story for Wolverine himself at the end of the day.
Well, I think they just do that to make money. He's a popular character, and they could do like he was the first X-Men. They wanted to release a series of X-Men movies, like
why didn't they do? Because I feel like they dragged out
stuff.
They dragged out the first class thing. Like for me, first
class was very good, and then Days of Future Past was top. For me, and then after that, like the last two, those were just shit. Like, how did you not age, bro? Like, what Charles Xavier?
Yeah.
He looks like he's 35. 6 years or like 9 years before he's like 6 days, like looking like an old bald man.
Thing is,
in the first X-Men.
I get
that's
you.
in 2000 and then 91. He's like young.
I get you. I get you on 100. Thing is, even if you say like you're probably speaking from a film standpoint, saying that they were good in X-Men. But for me, I was following the story from X-Men 1.
Yeah, both.
And then there was a third one, The Last Stand.
I like those.
Those actually, I was following that. So then once they drifted off into something else, I'm like, fuck, this sucks.
Yeah, like First Class was understandable because that was in the 60s. And they want to like do a written story of those guys.
Okay.
It makes perfect sense. Then Days of Future Past is like set in the future with like the end of the world with like current X-Men.
Okay.
Then they have to go back in time or Wolverine goes back in time and meets the younger.
There's a Wolverine.
Wolverine, he's in Days of Future Past. Did you not watch?
Oh yes.
Yeah, he goes back in time,
yes.
and then he meets a young Charles Xavier, and then so that made perfect sense. And that movie was great.
I need to watch this. Thing is, I didn't watch
the
new
ones. And then Logan, that was
wow, Logan. Oh my goodness gracious.
They should just ended the Fox movies there, and Deadpool was also in Fox, but it was like not connected really. Yeah, so that was it. And then they made the Dark Phoenix and the one with Apocalypse. Those are they just ruined it.
Honestly. Yeah. Because apparently after that there was also a Fantastic Four that was released. But apparently according to ratings it was horrible.
Yeah, we spoke about that.
Really?
Yes.
I don't remember. I remember I remember speaking about Michael B. Jordan being one of the characters, but
did you know? I just want to say that Michael Jackson wanted to buy the rights of Spider-Man and make a Spider-Man movie with him being Peter Parker.
No way! No way! I can't see that at all. Like, okay, I really like the man's music. It how we grew up listening to that in the car on the way.
Just imagine, you'd be scared of Spider-Man, bro. Imagine Michael Jackson crawling up the wall.
I can't see. I can't see that. I can't even unsee it. Imagine Spider-Man. There's whatever the moonwalk on the ceiling. I can't. No, that would have destroyed Spider-Man. I'm sorry. I couldn't. Maybe it would be. No, I can't watch that. I'm really trying from the depths of my soul to say something nice about that entire comment. But I can't. Oh my goodness, it's the Green Goblin. No, I can't see.
Oh, MJ.
Mary Jane and Mike. Oh my. I can't. No. It has. I can see him being maybe another character.
And after that didn't happen, he wanted to buy the rights of X-Men and be Charles Xavier.
Okay, Charles Xavier.
But it's still weird, bro.
It would be weird, but
really
if you get a lot of intense acting, you could actually nail it. The whole bold thing. No, never mind.
Because Michael Jackson, I think that's why they killed another conspiracy. Yeah, because he buying everything.
Yeah.
First they made got the rape allegations onto him,
where he listed a child and shit like that. Yeah. And then he fought those, got those.
Yeah. But cause Eminem actually dissed him in his song once, and then instead of going back at Eminem, you know what he did?
What he did?
He bought the record label or something.
Shady Records.
I'm not sure it was Shady Records or it was another or something. He bought something. So, or publishing rights or something. So every time Eminem played music, Michael Jackson would earn money from that.
That's a great business, bro. That's something I want to be able to do one day.
Cause there's crazy stories of Michael Jackson, bro. Cause they said have you watched Atlanta?
The series.
Yeah.
The one with Childish Gambino.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Did you watch the second season with that white? Because that one character is definitely based
on Michael Jackson.
Yeah. But apparently Michael Jackson would dress up as as an old man and go to the mall. So
people wouldn't recognize him. I know that. And then you'd always have these kids in masks and stuff, so paparazzi and stuff like that. Yeah. I used to follow this. I used to be still am a big Michael Jackson fan, and there was this documentary saying that there was no one in his room at the time of his death. So the only person who was present there
was Blanket. Was his son, and as well as it wasn't authorized for the doctor to give him that. Yeah, his doctor actually went to prison, I think. For 2 years or something.
He did. So, which also brings up another conspiracy theory of why weren't people intentionally inside of that hospital bedroom the time Michael needed them the most?
I don't know. I can't answer that.
Dum. Need answers. Answer. Why? Because the man is in critical condition. That is the worst.
But didn't he die straight? What happened?
What happened was they gave he was in critical condition. They gave him medication. That doctor gave him medication, and then went out of the room. But there was no consent.
Wasn't he? Didn't he die at his house?
No. He died in there was a hospital. There's a hospital room. Remember, they rushed him off from his house to the hospital. So that when they were checking him out and stuff like that, there was no one present in the hospital. Because that was based on a documentary I was watching not so long ago. But like, yeah, where the security guards were being, the Michael security were the ones talking and being interviewed about the events of his death. And they were like, there was no one present in this room. So they would, throughout his life, Michael Jackson, he would have friends like on stage and stuff like that. But when he needed friends the most, there was no one there, according to that documentary. So that also really touched me because, like, okay, on the streets you'd be like, hi, Michael, but then when it's Michael's birthday, nobody shows up. You understand what I'm saying? Yeah. So it really is kind of odd.
That's how, like.
Not necessarily, because look at, okay, maybe it might have been boosted because they were doing the show, but then look at the Kardashians. Whenever one of them have a birthday party, you see Jay-Z, you see Kanye.
Because like everything the Kardashians do is for like it's a game. It's like a gimmick. It's a thing.
I understand.
But apparently with Michael Jackson, like everything that he created, like he was like on top of everything. Like you like how he was portrayed and stuff was how he wanted to be portrayed.
Okay, I get that.
He would like orchestrate everything, like yeah. So like, I think with him it's different.
Nah, I get that.
And he was like, he was a freak. He was considered a freak.
I understand.
If you like in 100 years time, looking back, like people, or maybe 20 years time, even people have to look back, and there's a person you describe a person like Michael Jackson, you think like this guy's a freak.
Insane.
Like this is like it's abnormal. Like, that's not supposed to happen.
I know, but it's everything that I'm gonna play advocate for Michael here because everything he's doing is out of loneliness. He was very wealthy, very well known, but at the same time, the most lonely person on the planet. There was no one there for him. Like legit in that documentary I was referring to, his friends were legit his security guards. That's the only friends he had. So then you have to understand that loneliness from time to time does drive you to insanity. Well, not total insanity, but borderline insanity. So maybe that could explain the nose jobs, you understand, the buying of things. Maybe he was buying things legit.
He was like still a child.
You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That I can explain too. Because he was put into the industry so young, there was no time for him.
Yeah, because his father was intense.
Like, you understand what I'm saying? With the whole Jackson 5 thing, and like there was no time for the young man to be a child. So once he got the freedom of being his own man, that's when he saw opportunity to live his.
I'm just thinking of like a Dave Chappelle joke, bro. Like he had it was 2005, like during the time when like Michael Jackson was like, he's like, don't you think every time it's strange that every time America's in a crisis, Michael Jackson's sucking some kid's dick?
Oh wow!
he's like, oh shit, there's 9/11. I guess it's time to call Michael.
Wow!
Like, no, I don't want to do that again. I got in trouble last time.
No way! What? No! Dave Chappelle!
Like, I thought that kid was gonna die. I thought he had cancer. Dave's like, imagine this. Just imagine this. Imagine the cure for cancer was Michael Jackson sucking your dick.
I saw that coming from. No, Dave Chappelle should just like from time to time respect boundaries.
Bruh, Dave. Honestly, you saw that whole the whole trans thing now. They're coming for him after his show.
Oh yeah, I saw that. I heard. Okay, I didn't
special.
Yeah, but I heard things about it.
Yeah, because like I watched it.
Yeah.
And he's telling jokes, bruh. He's a comedian. And then this trans person was there laughing at his jokes.
Yeah.
And apparently all she ever wanted to be was a comedian.
Yeah.
So for the next time he was in the city, he called her up saying, "Do you want to open for me?" Okay. And she's like only done like 2 shows like before, small things. So like for a comedian, like I know like getting into there's so many boundaries that they put for you to get to
a show.
Yeah.
Okay.
So So like she was like, yeah, definitely she's gonna do it. So apparently she bombed, bruh. Like
it was quiet. It was quiet.
Yeah. Like, and then like afterwards,
Can't
someone,
imagine, like,
bruh. After
that.
that, someone like made it like a derogative joke at her, and then she came back at the person, and everyone laughed when she said that.
Mm-hmm.
So then like he called her up on stage, and they had like a conversation in front of like the crowd.
Whole crowd.
Yeah, and they're asking questions and shit.
Mm-hmm.
And shit, my memory's so bad. Like I'm trying to recall.
We have time.
Like, I'm trying to recall like what the conversation was
about.
Some like deep shit. Like she said some deep shit, and in order for me to like
based on
convey like her experience.
Yeah,
oh yeah, she's like, I just want to experience life as a person.
Oh, deep.
Yeah, I just want to experience life as a person, something like that, like some, and that like hit him. And then like afterwards, I think it was before that special, he had another special, and like the whole trans community were like going after him and shit on Twitter. Yeah. So she stood up for him on Twitter, and they like.
Wait, why was the trans thing going after him?
Because he made like other trans jokes. Like he always makes trans jokes.
Okay, but then. And
like this person, like this lady, like she had like a child and things that she couldn't support, like who wasn't like living with her and things.
Okay, so I'm okay to stop here for like a few minutes. So Dave Chappelle gave a platform to this trans lady, and yet still the LGBT community had a problem.
Yeah, I don't.
So think that's basically what happened.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm just trying to get.
That's exactly what happened.
I'm just
trying. And he still makes jokes about the trans community.
Okay, maybe that's the problem.
Yeah, that was the reason. Okay. So she stood up for him on Twitter, and they like tore her apart on Twitter.
For standing up for Dave Chappelle for making those trans jokes.
Yeah.
Okay, now I'm getting this. Slowly but surely, I'm getting this.
So it came to the point where she actually committed suicide.
You laughed.
Because of
What? For real?
Yeah.
When was this? Because I just
I don't know, like maybe in the last few years.
Because I just saw like
he explains this on the show. The same show that they trashed him on afterwards. Yeah. On the special. So on the special he talked about all of this. Yeah. I'm telling you now. Shit. So he said that what he did was he started a trust fund for that lady's daughter. And then like he called, like on the funeral, like he called her up, and then he said like, I just want you to know that your mother was a great man.
The worst. Wait. What?
And he said, but knowing her, she would have liked that joke.
That is the worst time to say. I feel so bad for laughing. I can't do this anymore, man. No, they should probably sue. No, time out.
I think in today's world, like, and he was going after. He's going after this cancel culture, He's like the goat at what we're trying to do.
I understand.
Like, he's at the level to do it.
I understand that, but there are some borders we can't cross. You understand? We have to also bear in mind people who are engaging in our content, the people who are watching, sharing, and everything like that, and the people we have to go across the spectrum and be respectful. Even though we do make jokes, we might even make those type of jokes, but then it has to be the type of jokes that they would also relate to. Be like, okay, we do that from time to time. You understand what I'm saying? Instead of that hard hitting, that one was hard. Your mother was a great man. What? That was hard.
The thing with Dave Chappelle, he gets deep in it. Sometimes you forget he's telling a joke.
Yeah.
I don't even laugh at some of the shit he says.
Exactly.
Because he's giving a lecture. It's like a TED Talks with him at times.
You see, Trevor Noah jokes are fine because it's things.
He's clean.
He does clean. Yes, I understand. But then he's also going after cancel culture, but within the border. Do you understand what I'm saying? Because those Indian jokes that he made in one of the shows that he said, but it's things that you can relate to. You can laugh and be like, in a way he's being racist, but in a way he kind of has a point. Yeah. Because he's portraying it properly and respectfully. Dave Chappelle
doesn't give a fuck.
Yeah, he's
because he's like a pro,
he's Call of Duty.
Yeah.
Free A.
Yeah, he comes from that era, that of comedy where they like just didn't give a fuck.
Exactly, 100%.
Yeah, there's like Patrice O'Neill. Like,
yeah,
he was,
yeah.
Kind of the same
vibe.
Yeah.
Shit, what did he joke about?
Patrick
I'm
O'Neill
afraid
is so
to ask.
funny, bro.
I'm afraid to
He's
ask.
so funny, bro. You need to
ask.
check out some of his stuff. He died. Rest in peace to him. But you need to check out some of Patrice O'Neill's shit.
Legendary. I need to do that, but I'm afraid to ask what type of like.
Okay, it wasn't like this, like. But I think also they like overhyped the shit.
Okay.
Like the trans jokes, like like the like. Because he just like it was funny, like you laughed at that.
Mm-hmm.
Like, people laugh. It's a comedy show. You're going there to laugh.
I felt bad for laughing, but yeah.
Yeah, but you laugh. But you laugh.
I laughed at it. Yeah.
Like people go there to laugh.
I laughed because
you're not going there to like.
I laughed because I thought of Caitlyn Jenner. But anyway,
that's even worse.
No, the thing is, you know why with Caitlyn Jenner? Caitlyn Jenner is she. I don't even know.
It was like LeBron becoming a woman. It's equivalent of that.
Kind of, because thing is with her, I also had a conversation with one of my good friends about this, and asked what they think is because she transformed, but is it converted into a woman? Sorry for saying transformed. Converted into shut up, Nick. She converted into a woman.
What, can she change her car as well?
She's a Decepticon.
Maybe the other one.
So she
deceived us, so she's a Decepticon.
She's a Decepticon. I told you she's a Decepticon. So she converted into a woman, but now wants to convert back into a man.
No lie.
For real, I'm doing research. Like she's having second doubts becoming a woman. She wants to go back to being man. I was talking to one of my close friends about this and asked what they thought of it, and they were like, "Thing is, some of these things are publicity stunts. Why are you a woman? Or maybe it's attention.
I think everything that they do,
or maybe
the
it's attention seeking.
Is attention seeking. Even Kanye West, what he does, like he's a part of that.
Oh, Kanye.
Running for president was a publicity stunt.
Kanye, it's not Kanye West anymore. It's
Ye.
Remember, he legally changed his name to Ye. I tried so hard not to do that. It just came. But like, yeah, the things, because apparently he also did a public apology to Kim Kardashian. Yeah, like she got touched about that, but like I thought it was sincere. Yeah, I also
like I watched, like when I read the article.
Well, how sincere can you get if you perform next to Drake?
Bruh.
How sincere?
Apparently he like loves Drake, bruh. Like Big Sean said he's obsessed with Drake.
Kanye said signing Big Sean was one of the biggest mistakes he's made.
Yeah.
I was so touched. I'm like, this guy is giving you hits after hits after hits, and you have the audacity to say that.
Kanye is like, he's funny, bro. Kanye is like a comedian. He's funny. Like
he is, but then he's funny because he's stupid.
Yeah,
that's the thing. like I'm not even gonna sugarcoat it. He's funny because he's stupid. The shit he says.
Sometimes like he saw his hairstyle.
Yeah, that.
Yeah. And then he said, I don't know if I should say this, but I'm gonna beep it out. But he says, I'm Edward Nigger Hands.
Oh wow! Don't beep it out. Keep it. Niggas need to hear that. He's Edward Nigger Hands, bro. Like I can't. With the whole he has a point of view. Like sometimes to speak of a logical thing, like the Lady Gaga and the Polaroid thing. That meme.
What was that?
So basically, what he said was like I forgot. I'm trying to get it. Like
what?
Something about advertising the product. You don't have to be a part of the product. Something along those lines. People will correct me in the comment section.
I don't do commercials because it's too commercial.
Not like that. Not like that. But what he was basically saying that you don't have to be a part of the product in order to communicate the product. Because look at Gaga. She's the director creator of Polaroid. I like some of the Gaga songs, but what the fuck does she know about Kim? and
then he goes into the fashion world. That's the thing. Like on that same Drink Champs interview, he's like, people shouldn't be so concerned about capitalism and stuff.
Yeah.
And then like 30 minutes later, he talks about going to Elon Musk's house. Like, I'm gonna go stay at Elon Musk's house for like a month. And he's name dropping like all these
big names, bro. Right. But the part that touched me the most is that when he said slavery was a choice.
Oh yeah,
man, I done stood up my chair and I went ham. I'm like, what is this guy saying? As a black American man, he's legit there going, personally, I I think slavery was a choice. Like, what?
You remind me of the granddad from Boondocks.
Oh yeah, like that. Was me. I forgot his name.
Rest in peace to him.
Reese. No,
Reese something.
Reese Freeman. No. It wasn't Reese Freeman. It was Reese Witherspoon. Not Reese Witherspoon. No, not Reese. It was something Witherspoon. It was something Witherspoon.
Reese Witherspoon.
It's the woman. It's the chick. It wasn't Reese Witherspoon. It was something Witherspoon. I don't know.
Or was it Reese? Or was it with a spoon? Was it with a spoon or was it Reese?
Might have been with her spoon. I don't know.
There's a spoon there.
There's a Witherspoon somewhere. But it wasn't Reese Witherspoon. Because like when I said Reese Witherspoon, I'm like, nah, you done fucked up. It was not Reese Witherspoon. It was something with a spoon, but it was Witherspoon unless the actor's grandpa maybe he saw.
It was Reese spoon.
Huh?
What? Was it with a spoon or was it with a spoon?
Witherspoon, Nick. Witherspoon. Freaking hell, he's gonna have me for this. It was something Witherspoon, but yeah, he passed on with last
year.
The end time they were making a reboot of Boondocks.
Seriously.
Yeah, it was like going to be like an
that guy was a legend. He was even like in JSD's music videos.
He was in Friday, man. Honestly.
Yeah.
So I feel like
he's been in movies.
He's been out there getting some. Yeah. But honestly, the most iconic character he's been his granddad.
Yeah. Now back to that when Kanye West said like slavery is a choice. Mm-hmm. Apparently there's like a video like or like he asked like everyone like afterwards, are you guys okay with me saying this? And then this other guy called him out. He was like saying, I respect everything that you do, Kanye.
I saw that. Yeah.
But like
from the back of the office, because it was in the news center, I think. So then he came out from the back of the office. He was like, look, Kanye, I'm back.
Like, it saddens me that you've become something that is so removed from society.
Yeah, honestly, 100%.
I think like fame has to do with that a lot.
Yeah.
And also like his condition, if he's bipolar or whatever he is.
Yeah,
like that just like amps it up. Because like he says he's not bipolar.
Yeah.
Like he's like, whoa, we can't argue, right?
Did you say he's not bipolar?
Yeah.
Cough.
Or he said the medicine, like, but I think the medicine's like, he can't be Kanye.
Didn't he?
He's like the medicines made him Kanye.
Didn't he take like something that made him gain weight?
Oh, I thought you were gonna say made him gay.
No, hell no. Relax, Nick.
Kanye. Sorry, Kanye. I'm sorry, man. Yay.
Oh, yeah,
please make me rich one day.
There's something he took. I forgot the name. I forgot the medical term for it. But there's something he took to make it like.
Because he did get like bloated.
Yeah. I forgot the medical term for it, but there's something.
Because like those bipolar meds, I know people who have taken it and have put on a lot of weight. So they do. That's one of the side effects.
Oh, for real?
Yeah.
Shit. Shout out to my bipolar fans, man. You guys are having a card, like honestly, that being deep, like.
But I'm sure there's like some medicines that don't have those side effects. But I think it also like killed his creativity. Because like Kanye West is entertaining.
Explains gone down.
We're talking about him right now.
Explains gone down.
Yeah, everything is like entertaining about him. Like, where's my phone? I saw like Kim Kardashian and Pete Davidson. Bruh.
What's up?
Like that.
Educate me.
Okay, so we all know that they're dating, right?
What?
Bruh.
Wait, hold up. How can you get Ariana Grande and Kim Kardashian in one lifetime?
Well, I think.
What privilege does it? Does he drink something? Can I have that something? Does he take something?
Like I was asking people, like people who don't know him.
Yeah.
And like what they think, and showed him because like he looks like a squirrel man, bro. Like he's like.
I had a conversation with someone who said like I'm not sure who this conversation is. Like, apparently they're all rock stars.
He's a rock star. No cap. He is a rock star.
Yeah,
he is the closest thing to being a rock star.
Yeah. Honestly,
like for a comedian, like, but he's like, and that's why I'm gonna get to that now. But yeah, he's very funny.
Alright.
And like that's why he gets women. It's very funny. Like
makes
his
sense.
career, like, and his jokes and shit.
Makes sense.
Yeah, apparently like Ariana Grande like said that after you broke up, like she's like good dick, and he's like that was a curse because now every single woman that I'm gonna date afterwards is gonna
expect high expectations in the bedroom. Like high performance center. High performance center.
Like, Ariana Grande has small hands, so everything in her hands
looks
big. But that guy's he is a rock star, and I think that's why Kim Kardashian dated him.
Yeah, after
because her sister Courtney
is with
what's the guy's name?
I forgot.
Travis Barker.
Yeah, Travis Barker. Yeah,
Travis Barker or someone.
Barker.
And then I think it's Barker.
Mm-hmm.
And then Megan Fox
is with Machine Gun.
And they were in the same movie.
The White Migos, basically, because Travis Barker.
Except only one of them or two of them make music.
Yeah.
I think Pete Davidson could.
Pete Davidson does make music. I mean, if you look at SNL, kind of makes music. He remixes original songs, but like you have to give him creative. Yeah. Creative. Fuck, my English is fucking anymore. You gotta give him some creative credit.
Yeah.
For that, because he's remixing and putting in his own lyrics and stuff like that.
Yeah. But it's proper. Like there's a movie with him, like about him, like. Because his father died in 9/11. Yeah, and he has a tattoo on that. And then that's all these jokes were like about his father. I remember the roast of Pete Davidson. You're like, I thought this was gonna be the roast of Pete Davidson's father, but the 9/11 helicopters already did that.
Oh shit!
But then,
wow!
But I think that he roasted his father way more than anyone else.
Yeah, honestly.
He roasted his father more than those.
I feel like the reason he's respected like that is because he's able to joke about it.
And he also like suffers from depression and shit. Like he says like every day like he feels like he wants to kill himself and he can't because he has like a mother and a sister. Mm-hmm. But in that movie, King of Staten Island, like
I still need to watch it.
You really need to watch it. He's not a likable person. He's not a likable person. He's like a real dick. So I wonder if like that's how he is in real life, and like he tried to like.
Maybe he's trying to compress that because he has Kim now. Maybe Kim is trying to.
Yeah, but now like all these chicks are onto him. Like apparently like him and Miley Cyrus are having a New Year's party. And they like live streaming it.
Ariana Grande puts people on. What? Ariana Grande keeps
like Miley Cyrus was going crazy about him on Jimmy Kimmel or Jimmy Fallon.
For real?
Yeah, she sang a song like it should have been me.
No way! What?
Like Pete Davidson, bro. Right now he's
on his high horse right now. Yeah. He's coming out. It's that Ariana Grande chick. Ariana, please cheat about me so that I can also get. No. It's just. Put a brother on. I know you don't know me. Probably not gonna like this. But like, please, put a brother on.
It's 2 cams, yeah.
Put a brother on, please. But like, on that note though, the Grammys this year. Yeah. What do you think about the nominations and all of that? What do you think about it?
Well, I think we should ask what the people like about it. In fact, something that we did was we got a few of our listeners onto the show to discuss the Grammys and
listeners and good friends. Yeah.
Yep. And also the whole Travis Scott incident.
So right now we're gonna take you to that and let's see what they have to say.
What's up, guys?
Welcome to Red TARNATION. I'm your boy King KG.
And I'm Nick Hale. And we have.
Do you introduce yourself as King KG?
Yeah, you do. They should know that the throne is here. I am king.
Okay. Good.
Yes. So, and we are here today with
Mia. I'm Kaylin. Amy.
Mia, Kaylin, and Amy. They're all here today, and we, as usual, talk about
bullshit,
absolute freaking nonsense. But today, I just want to dive into the Grammys, guys. These Grammys are looking really, really hectic, eh? Like,
bruh, there's ABBA who's back from the dead. I literally thought they're dead, and now they came back and reunited for some. What category is that?
Already forgot.
Best album or best record. Yeah, they're even coming back with those old school records and shit.
ABBA as in Mamma Mia ABBA.
Yeah, ABBA.
Yeah, because they had like a really huge falling out. Because I know like we're pairs of 2 married couples. I think married couples, can't remember the exact details, had like a huge falling out, and then for some reason, they back now.
Really?
I
What
don't
is the
know.
problem with having like business and marriage things? And I've never felt like they were down at all.
I say marriage should be on contract.
Marriage is on contract.
Like a proper, like we should get out, like sit in suits, like get a proper lawyer. I know they do that, but they should do it like more businessy in a way.
I'm pretty sure it's pretty businessy.
Well, I know that women get half of the shit, maybe even more.
Not necessarily.
Most of the time.
Is it not supposed to be about love?
Also, there's like prenups and
Yeah. Well,
It's a
if
whole
like there's
thing.
ever love that gets lost, it should be strictly business. There should be like, this is what I'm saying, like maybe like a 4-year term, and then you can renew your marriage after 4 years if you guys still love each other.
Your marriage
It's not a car.
I feel bad for his future.
So wait, what song technically were they nominated for? Or was it like an album?
It's a song.
I think
It's
it was
a song.
album, record, something.
Let's see, actually.
I don't know how. I can't remember how many songs they brought out, but they just were like they sounded like ABBA. Like,
I never even heard their songs,
like,
the new songs.
like imagine how ABBA
It's a-
sounds.
Oh, I still have faith in you.
And then imagine.
Oh, they still have faith in each other. At least, so that's why they came back together.
Makes sense.
They never lost any love.
Oh wow! But then
I
like,
don't
how
understand what record of the year's means.
record of the
It's for the artists and producers, recording engineers, mixers, all of those people. Other than the artists, so everyone except them.
Oh
Yeah.
wow!
So they're not winning jack shit.
So the award is in the name, but
Yeah. But Benny Anderson, beyond Ula Vales, this Russian
When I
German.
tell you I know nothing about the Grammys, I mean that I know
Same.
nothing about the Grammys.
really? Oh, but you guys like listen to music. You have to know,
Yeah.
like a bit like something like it's one of the most prestigious, music
It's
awards.
the music
the
award.
music
It's the Oscars
Yeah.
for music.
Then what the hell is Olivia doing as a nominee?
Olivia. Who is this Olivia, by the
Oh,
way?
wait, you're gonna get cancelled.
No, okay. Even if I do, like, come on, this is retardation. We speak about absolute bull.
We're running towards cancel culture.
Because like she legit stepped out of Disney and she's already nominated for. J. Cole has been doing this for years, man.
Bruh.
And he's only getting
Maybe a song is good. I haven't heard a song. Maybe she's like really good. She's been singing like Disney songs. Maybe she's
She
good.
is really.
Get out of
No,
here
the
with that,
reason
man.
everybody
Get
is so
out of
crazy about Olivia Rodrigo is because she wrote the song. I think it was for the High School Musical series, whatever. She wrote a song
Olivia.
for the series,
Rodrigo.
and it was like a really, really beautiful song, like Taylor Swift.
Oh, I
songwriting.
see why. I see why.
Mm.
We can put up a picture of her.
she's-
Makes sense.
We see
Young
why.
women.
And I think people started recognizing how good at songwriting, especially she was, and that's why she is nominated. It is specifically, I think, more so for the quality of songwriting.
But okay,
And
those-
her,
those-
I think also TikTok catapulted her
That's what I was trying. That's what I was.
Oh yeah, obviously.
What's like the way TikTok is boosting most of the things, because like Megan Thee Stallion as well was nominated for
Doja.
Grammy.
It's the
Doja
same
as
thing.
well. Like it's the TikTok thing that's trying to.
Yeah, but everyone's getting catapulted by TikTok these days. Everyone.
I'm not. I'm running away from TikTok. I'm running away from cancel culture. I'm running away from TikTok.
I thought we were running towards cancel culture.
Oh yeah, we're running towards, but away from TikTok.
So
So TikTok is over there. Cancel culture is over there. I'm running there.
Running towards there.
Yeah.
Oh my
I'm just gonna
goodness.
stay here.
On this couch right here.
I'm good.
You guys have the most comfortable couch.
Thank you.
Yeah, we would like to thank Mia for this entire beautiful setting, and then
Very exquisite. It feels like I'm in England right
Yeah,
now. Even the
exactly.
weather is like English weather.
What am I supposed to take? Like right here sitting. I qualified.
Eating pizza like distinguished guests.
Eating pizza like a distinguished guest. How distinguished. And Kaylin as well for the pizza. You know.
Thank you.
Shout out for the pizza. I'm gonna beep the part, but shout out to
Yeah. Shout out to
out.
But then like the Travis Scott thing, what's happening with this Travis Scott concert?
I don't know. And what is Thor doing right now with this weather?
Did you just say
Yeah.
Trevor?
Travis.
Travis
That's
Scott.
It's the pizza. I blame the pizza.
What? Pizza making you drunk?
I blame the pizza.
Travis Scott.
Travis Scott. It could be the Travis.
It could be Trevor. Who's Trevor? Oh, do you see that video there's this guy who claims to be that he's saying that Travis Scott is the devil. Well, lots of people have been saying that Travis Scott is the devil, and the whole concert was like a ritual sacrifice. And they're saying that the entrance, that Astro World entrance, it had the mouth opening and you're walking like into the belly of the beast, Travis Scott. Yes, like, and apparently there's like this painting and shit that's like resembles the devil that they said he was inspired by.
So they could say that it was like what's called a satanic ritual.
That's what they're saying. And in a ritual, like you're not going to kill every single one in the whole stadium. You're going to sacrifice a few out of a million.
What did happen? Like someone please like panic.
So in like normally in concerts, people are drinking, smoking, you're drunk, you get dehydrated, and in times like those, you tend to like pass out. I think someone passed out, and then people are like all hyped. Yeah, people are hyped.
Travis is quite known for encouraging chaos. So when you incite chaos, chaos is going to follow. So when you are encouraging your fans to rage, no one is caring about the person right next to them.
Yeah.
They're focused on trying to get as close as possible to the stage. So a lot of those people, and it was a bunch of young people. I think the youngest was like a 13 or 16-year-old child. It's a bunch of children that died. I think some people were in their 20s.
Yeah.
And all of those victims were part of it was like a stampede. You physically get crushed and you can't breathe.
Which is actually quite a common thing with concerts, but generally it gets regulated by security and such.
And that was a very big part of why.
Apparently he did stop it, but then he like carried on afterwards.
I think.
Well, why would you do that? Why would you carry on afterwards?
Maybe he didn't see or he didn't know. I don't know. Or he's the devil. That's the best answer. Travis Scott is the devil.
People dying, get injured, that got injured there, and he didn't know. That's just not a valid excuse, because he would know.
Music is very, people in Hollywood very into the Illuminati.
Yeah. There's this other video. I wish I tried to find it before this podcast, but I think they took it down. There's this guy, he's saying like some ridiculous shit. Like if you see the cover art of Travis Scott album,
with the mouth opening.
Yeah. They say that guy's saying that's how Travis Scott really looks. And let me just get it for you, because that shit is crazy. Like they say this is how Travis Scott really looks. He's like some demon who like acts as Travis Scott, and apparently he's also acting as another basketball player.
That when Lil Nas X
brought
out the Satan shoes.
It had like real blood.
Funny.
It had real blood.
Yeah, and then they brought out the Jesus shoes.
Yeah.
It was a whole thing.
It was ridiculous.
There was a Jesus shoes.
Yeah.
With
after I think like Nike sued him.
Yeah, Nike did that. I read something about that.
He wasn't affiliated with Nike, so he was just selling Nike shoes with blood in them.
Yeah.
And apparently it was his blood?
No, it was the workers, the people who like made the shoes. A pint of their blood. Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
I think especially in this day and age, people like to find things that are entertaining or that make headlines and stuff.
Oh yeah, trying to get attention. Yeah.
I was trying to say with the Travis Scott thing, yes, we definitely need to put the blame on him, but it's also just as much the management,
the security, the PR, everyone.
They sold over 100,000 tickets for an event that's only meant to facilitate about 50.
Yeah.
So when you've got 100,000 people, that's almost double the capacity of a facility. What did you expect was going to happen? The security was absolute trash. You should have seen that. Have you seen the videos of them breaking the barricades and then just running?
And there's this other girl who's actually like trying to like tell security people are dying. She's like, people are dying, and they're ignoring them.
And then on the other side, Travis, his safety was also on the line with all these fans.
And have you seen how many smoke machines and stuff? I'm not trying to cover for him at all, because I do think that he did notice something was wrong. I've seen a lot of videos, but all of the smoke machines and stuff with 100,000 people, you're not going to notice when 8 people drop in 100,000.
The thing is, it wasn't just 8 people, and they have said multiple times there was like absolute chaos. So obviously the responsibility is not just on him, but like, for example, there is multiple other cases of this happening in other concerts, like with Billie Eilish, where they stop immediately and get help.
Yeah, Billie Eilish looked like she'd stop it.
She would, but like most people would.
But then why is Drake also getting involved in this? Because apparently they're in a lawsuit together.
He was on stage with him when it happened.
Really?
Yeah, they did. What is the song that they do together?
They did lots of songs together.
I'm sure it was the Astro World thing. I'm a huge Travis Scott fan, but then as well, like the apology didn't like really get it through.
No, there was no sincerity in it.
Like I'm a really huge Travis Scott fan. Like, don't see me here saying that Travis Scott's the devil and all of this, but I'm a really big Travis Scott fan. But like that apology though, it really didn't.
Do you guys think his career is gonna recover after this?
No, personally not.
Never.
Why not?
I think people are gonna. I think this was a very big tragedy, but also it was a great catalyst for change in the music industry of how future concerts are going to be run. I think people are going to be a lot.
I'm just surprised it didn't happen sooner.
Yeah.
Because stuff like this has been going on forever. There's like videos of Linkin Park, like this happening.
Yeah.
They like stop the concert and like tell, yeah, they're like
people have actually. This is not the first time people have died.
Yeah, no, but they like stop the concert. They like help those guys out.
Yeah, I think the biggest thing with Travis Scott is he didn't stop.
Yeah.
He stopped and carried on.
He didn't acknowledge that people were
there was a
dying.
part where he was like, oh, is everyone okay? And then he went on with the stuff.
Yeah, then it's like everyone like light us or something like that.
Yeah.
And then there's someone in the crowd like, don't do that.
Which isn't a justifiable way of being like, are you okay? If you're okay, put your light up. Because if you're dead, you're not going to be able to put a light up,
I think that was pretty good. I feel like it's a good thing to have fresh perspective, fresh eyes, fresh contributions and point of view of one situation instead of us just being me and you having 2 points of view.
Yeah, it's good to explore the nation of Red Tarnation.
You know, every living, abiding citizen of this Red Tarnation city has a voice and will be heard soon.
Speaking of which, I think we need a name for our Red Tarnation.
We actually do. I don't know, the redheads?
Redheads?
Good reason. The thing is, that's already taken. I don't know. The Tarnationalites. No, I refuse to call our fan page the retards. I refuse. But hopefully you guys can give us ideas in the comments, and maybe that's what you guys will be called from there onwards.
Anyway, guys, that's it for this year. Merry Christmas.
Have a great New Year. Don't get too drunk, and remember what you did the following night, please.
Yeah, try to. I know I'm gonna sound like a real square here, but stay safe during this.
Yeah,
COVID
for sure.
No
Drive
doubt.
safely, and it's the time to be with the family. So be with the family. I know your drunk ass gonna be out there on the clubs, bro. Relax, dog. Just catch a break. Be with the family. For once. It's only one day in the year. Relax.
Yeah, sacrifice Christmas or Christmas Eve, and then you have Christmas.
You can do all that other shit on New Year, dude. Just, honestly. But that's it from me, King KG, and your boy here, Nick Hale. Have a happy New Year, a great Christmas, and stay safe. This is